Hey guys, what's up? Cheese Pie Double 13 here, back once again for my long-awaited review of Portal 2. Like the actual Portal 2 this time. Anyway, let's go.
Oh, it's you.
You know her?
It's been a long time. How have you been? I've been really busy being dead. You know, after you murdered me.
Valve is at it once again, making their fans wait in agony for Half-Life 3 by releasing the sequel to the globally hated game, Portal 1. But does this game ease the pain of the wait, or would there be less suffering in walking up the infinitely long stairs at Super Mario 64, covered entirely in pushpins while barefooted? Let's find out. When you first boot up the game, you're shown a brand new Valve logo, and you're like, hey, maybe the graphics will be half decent this time. No. The first thing you'll realize when playing the game is that you're in the same location as the first game. But not only has the developer not bothered to make anything new, they couldn't even keep the locations maintained over the few years between the games. You may have thought the graffiti in Portal 1 was bad, but Portal 2 is a complete mess. Plants are growing out of the floor, puzzles are falling apart, and the whole facility is on the edge of self-destruction. Not to mention there's apparently a new graffiti rat with the ability to paint running around that they haven't been able to catch. Obviously, Valve is way too cheap to hire a few gardeners, maintenance workers, and animal control personnel for their own game. Anyway, as you progress, the place starts to be repaired, but just when I thought they redeemed themselves, I found a secret passage to the basement, which is where they're hiding the mess they haven't touched since the 50s. They really need to get their priorities straight at Valve. Spending the whole budget on new elevators that can only hold one person, rather than repairing the location the whole game takes place in, is just head-palmingly awful. So it turns out I made a mistake in my Portal 1 review. GLaDOS is actually a robot, and that's why she has such a robotic voice. But just when it turns out Valve did something right with Portal, they ruined it. GLaDOS now sounds more human than ever. And it turns out every robot character in the game is actually voiced by a human. And for the characters that are actually humans, they're all pre-recorded voice tapes. Once again, Valve shows their cheapness by not hiring actual robots and instead hiring some random office worker and treasure hunting guy to voice the robot characters, and also by using pre-recorded tapes that they probably found in some of their grandparents' attics or something.
These pre-recorded messages will provide instructional and motivational support so that science can still be done, even in the event of environmental, social, economic, or structural collapse.
The dreaded radios are back again, but now with new music that is so perfectly depressing that it will make you want to go for a walk in the pouring rain and contemplate life. But most computers and video game consoles are not waterproof, so now you end up ruining a perfectly good piece of technology. And not only that, the dialogue is really long and repetitive too. I was literally waiting forever for that Wheatley guy to finish his monologue and enter the room on the first level. The only slightly good thing about the audio in this game is the smooth jazz that plays on this one specific level. But for me, it glitched out within 5 seconds of starting.
This next test is very dangerous. To help you remain tranquil in the face of almost certain death, smooth jazz will be deployed in 3, 2, 1.
I am really disappointed. If you think games are supposed to be about fun and not pain, torture, and suffering, then you can't really call Portal 2 a game. This game features the same old impossible puzzles as Portal 1, with added elements to make you go on the verge of insanity that much sooner. First, we have these light bridges that don't even obey the laws of physics.
If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
Not to mention they have no handrails, which is extremely unsafe. Next, we have these excursion funnels that are basically alien tractor beams that if you get stuck in, there's absolutely no way out. And everyone knows aliens don't exist anyway. Finally, they have these new gel paint things that they totally stole from that Paint Power tag game or whatever, Anyway, it seems like they try to do the whole Little Big Planet play, create, share thing, but the paint is way too hard to control, and I found nowhere to upload my horribly painted level creations. Now for the controls, they completely forgot to add a button to change your weapon, so I literally had to play through the whole game with just the portal gun. And they even mapped the Say Apple button to the same button as jumping. Just a poor job done by the programmers. And this game has the worst AI I've ever seen. At the start of the game, they tell you that the test subjects died, but we all know the programmers were just too lazy to put them in the first place. As for your robot companion, don't let the British accent fool you. The Wheatley robot is actually really dumb. Not only can he not walk, forcing you to carry him around the whole time, it's almost as if he was created to be the dumbest moron who ever lived. I thought it wasn't possible to have a more boring story than Portal 1, but Portal 2 managed to outdo it. The plot of Portal 2 is exactly the same as Portal 1. You're trapped in some place, and GLaDOS is talking over the intercom telling you you're gonna get some cake, blah blah blah. But this time you get an annoying robot to accompany you instead of the lovable companion cube. He forces you to do unethical things like lie about all the dead test subjects and kill innocent turrets. As for the setting, the game is supposed to take place 100 or so years into the future, yet I don't see any flying cars or holograms, and nothing was made of chrome. Obviously they didn't follow the law of stereotypes. In addition to that, the dialogue is completely unoriginal and is often stolen from other sources, such as the pre-recordings that I mentioned, and from God.
Let there be light. That's, God. He's quoting God.
As for GLaDOS, the friendly robot, she's not so friendly anymore. After some very careful analysis of her dialogue, I found out that she can actually be slightly sarcastic and mildly passive-aggressive at times.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks for that.
Sarcasm self-test complete.
Oh good, that's back online. Well done. Here come the test results. You are a horrible person. That's what it says. A horrible person. We weren't even testing for that. This next test involves turrets. You remember them, right? They're the pale spherical things that are full of bullets. Oh wait, that's you in 5 seconds.
Really? Listening to the story in this game has killed more brain cells in my brain than there are seconds since the last Half-Life game. Not to mention the new lemon phobia that I have developed.
I'm the man who's gonna burn your house down with the lemon. I'm gonna get my engineers to invent a combustible lemon that burns your house down.
Fighting people. He said what we're all thinking.
If you don't want to be a mentally unstable mess like me, don't play this game. The one thing you may think Valve is good at is consistency. They just make bad game after bad game, but you're wrong. This game is way worse than the first Portal in absolutely every way. A worse story, worse gameplay elements, and most definitely worse graphics. The only way this game could be possibly any worse is if they gave out free DLC. That's why this game receives the impossibly horrible score of negative infinity times 2 out of 10. Well, thanks for watching, guys. There's a few things you can do to help me out. 1, you could subscribe. 2, you can like and favorite, and you can just check out my gameplay video, I guess. Anyway, I'm CheesePie13. Hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.